Have you ever questioned what lurks in the shadows of your home when you're not looking? Picture a young woman, full of life and dreams, finding herself in a quaint old house. It was a sight to behold, an architectural marvel from another era, and yet there was something eerie about it, something unsettling, lurking just beneath the surface of its charm. From her very first night, she felt an odd sensation, a chill down her spine, as though she was not alone. The house seemed to breathe, with every creak and groan echoing through the silent halls. Strange occurrences began to unfold. An antique vase, once placed firmly on a table, found its way to the floor. Unseen forces moved objects, creating an orchestra of eerie sounds that filled the night. Whispers echoed in the stillness, a soft rustling like the wind, but indoors. It was as though the very walls spoke in hushed tones. The house, it seemed, had a life of its own. A whisper in the dark, a shadow on the wall. What could be more terrifying than the unseen? Our protagonist found herself in the chilling grip of this terror. Alone in the house, she first heard the faint whispers. Like a breeze rustling through dry leaves, they were barely discernible, easy to dismiss as figments of an overactive imagination. But as the hours ticked by, the whispers grew more insistent, more tangible. They seemed to echo from the very walls of the house, a hushed chorus of voices that knew no silence. She tried to ignore them, to drown them out with the noise of daily life. But the whispers clung to her, a cold shroud that no warmth could penetrate. They followed her, a constant reminder of an unseen presence that lurked in every corner, watched from every shadow. In the silence of the house, she was never truly alone. The whispers, they were not just in her head. What happens when the walls of your home start revealing their monstrous secrets? Imagine this. You're driven by a growing curiosity, a chilling dread that nudges you to uncover the source of those unearthly whispers that have been haunting your nights. So you decide to plunge into the unknown, to navigate the labyrinth of your own home. As you wander through the dimly lit hallways, a door you've never noticed before catches your attention. It's hidden, almost as if it was meant to be overlooked. A sense of unease washes over you, but you push the door open, stepping into a room that time itself seems to have forgotten. Inside, you're met with an eerie sight. Old, dust-coated photos stare back at you, their subject's eyes seemingly following your every move. The room is filled with objects that are disturbingly out of place, items that suggest a history, a narrative that the house has kept buried deep within its bones. The whispers that once seemed distant now echo louder in your ears, growing more aggressive, as if they're protesting against the intrusion. Unsettled, you pick up a photo, a black and white image of a family you don't recognize. Their smiles are forced, their eyes filled with fear. The whispers grow louder, an unseen chorus of voices that fills the room, the house, your mind. The house had a past, a horrific one. Can you escape the terror when the terror lives with you? Imagine, if you will, the gripping fear of trying to flee from your own home. A place once filled with warmth and comfort, now a prison of unending dread. Our protagonist, her heart pounding in her chest, desperately seeks an escape. But every attempt to leave is thwarted, each exit leading her right back into the heart of her living nightmare. The whispers that once chilled her to the bone have now morphed into deafening screams, echoing through the hollow corridors and clawing at the edges of her sanity. The unseen presence, a sinister spectre hidden in the shadows, begins to show its true nature. It is no longer just a lurking horror, but a malevolent force that feeds on her fear, growing stronger with each passing moment. Every corner she turns, every door she opens, she is met with the same chilling realization. There is no way out. Every corridor leads back to the same room, every window showing the same haunting scene. She is trapped within the walls of her own home, a captive of the dread that dwells within. As her hope dwindles, she feels it. The house, the walls, the floors, the very air she breathes, all pulsating with a terrifying life of their own. She was not alone. The house, it seemed, was alive,